If you're habitually using porn, you might even call it an addiction. The 3 truths that I'm going to lay out in this video are going to set you free. And you're going to want to stick around for truth number 3 because it's the only way out. Welcome, brave explorers, traveling heroes, and powerful creators to this infinitely expansive present moment co-created by you and me to explore the transformative power of experiential truths, consciousness, and oneness. When you're in the grips of pornography use, again, even calling it addiction, but let's just make a distinction here and say that you are using pornography and you know that it is not serving your life. It's not serving your relationships. It's not serving the goals that you have. And ultimately, it's causing destruction. So whether you want to call it an addiction or a destructive behavior pattern, porn is your problem right now. But really, there's a deeper truth that needs to be unlocked for you to really understand that porn isn't the problem. That there's a cause that's deeper than that. That if you truly have the courage to look within, you start to find these deeper causes that are creating the effect of watching pornography. And truth is the subject of today's video, as I'm going to lay out the 3 truths that will set you free. Truth number 1, your thoughts are not you. Now, this can be very difficult to accept, especially when we are incarcerated by our own mind. These intrusive thoughts that keep showing up in pattern over and over and over again. But if you get really still and you get really quiet, you might find that you can hear your thoughts. And just like you can hear the bird chirp and the bird isn't you, the fact that you can hear your thoughts means that you must not be your thoughts. If you were your thoughts, then you would not be able to listen to them. That shows the duality, the separation between the thinking mind and who you are. And now begs the question, if you're not the thinker, who are you? Well, you could be described as the I am, or the observer, the one who observes your thoughts, the one who also observes this collective reality that we find ourselves in. And being the observer is such a beautiful place to be, because ultimately, God, as we know it, is also the observer and is observing what we're doing with our lives. So when we step into the observer role, we also step into our most powerful stance. An ability to observe and then choose how we would like to think, feel, and act in our everyday life. Now, a comforting lie that gets told is that you can control your thoughts. But I also want you to think about control. Why would you want to control something? What you control, you ultimately fear that it's going to become out of control. So trying to control something is futile. But in a space of consciousness, we switch control to choice. Because once you realize that you're not your thoughts and you sit back and you observe your thoughts, then you can actually start to choose. I want you to think about a buffet. If you go to a buffet, there are a lot of different dishes, mac and cheese or chicken or salad or whatever else. And you get to observe all of these dishes and then through your own free will, choose which one you would like to select. Your thoughts are no different. But when you are under the illusion that you are your thoughts, the power to choose is also hidden from you. And then so you feel like you have no control, that you're victimized by your mind, that you're victimized by your circumstances, and that is not true. So the first truth that'll set you free is that you are not your thoughts. You are the observer of your thoughts. And when you observe your thoughts, you can then choose how you want to think and who you want to be. Number 2, there are no accidents. Now, what do I mean by that? What I mean by that is that there are no accidents in life when it comes to the experiences that you have had. And every single time you want to should yourself to death, what I mean by that is that you should have done something different. You could have done something different, or you would have done something different. So let's call it the shoulda, woulda, coulda to death. You are also saying that these things accidentally happened. That there is not the truth of the fact that they were your experience. So when we look at there are no accidents, the first place we look to is regret. And that's what I shoulda, woulda, coulda is. It's just rhetoric of regret. But I want you to take a second. I want you to think about something that you regret, something that you say that you shoulda, woulda, coulda. Now I want you to answer this question. Is it that you should have done that thing? Or is it that thing is what you did? Now, because this is a video, I'm going to come back and say, you did what you did. You couldn't have done anything differently. The only thing that you could have done is what you did. And until you accept that that's what you did, then you're only going to keep re-experiencing the regret of that experience. And then by re-experiencing the regret of that experience, you bring that experience into your present moment to re-experience it again. So when we take the stance that there are no accidents, we stopped regretting. We stopped woulda, shoulda, coulda ourselves. And we live in the reality of what it is. So if you're in the middle of using porn, you say, I shouldn't have watched that. Well, you did. And until you admit that you did, you're not able to change reality. This is where the power of acceptance comes into play. When you accept that you did what you did, you can actually see it through a truthful lens. Then from seeing it through a truthful lens, you then know that you can make a different choice going forward rather than making the same choice of regret over and over and over again. And ultimately, you can deal with reality. It's the illusion that causes you to suffer. And the illusion is anything that's not in the present moment. It's being stuck in the past, re-experiencing your regret. It's being stuck in the future, being fearful and anxious about what might happen. But if you bring yourself back to the truth of your experience, which is the present moment, you'll start to be able to see how you can get out of using porn habitually and how you can also look at your past experiences and find the gratitude in them, which ultimately creates a new reality for you in the present moment. And number 3, the only way out is through. Now, this is the most difficult one to accept being true, but it couldn't be more true. That the only way out of using porn is for you to start accepting that you are using porn, to no longer deny it. Because what you deny in your life only empowers it to have more of a hold on you. You can act like it doesn't exist. You can avoid it. But what you avoid creates a void that's deeper inside of you. And the more you try and fill that void with pornography use, the deeper the hole gets. So the more porn you want to use and the deeper the hole gets, and it never actually fills you up, it only creates a deeper hole that becomes very painful over time. So you can't avoid the fact that you're using porn. You can't avoid your pain. Let me rephrase that. You can, but if you do that, you experience another truth that goes along with this, which is what you resist will persist. If you keep resisting and denying that you aren't watching porn, that only empowers you to continue to watch it and how you're hiding behind closed doors and acting like it's not a part of your life. If you really want to heal and quit porn, you have to sit in the reality of the fact that I need to go through my own shame and guilt for me to realize at a very deep level that all of these things are happening for me and not to me. Once you can get yourself out of the victim mindset to understand that you are the creator of this, that you've created this porn use through your own observation and choices, and then choosing it over and over again to the point where it's on autopilot, you have to go into the program that's on autopilot, go through it so that you can really see it and understand it, and then learn how to transform this guilt and shame into parts that you love about yourself. This is the journey to self-love. So I hope that you've enjoyed these 3 truths that set you free. And if you have any questions or comments, drop them in the comments below. I'd love to go deeper with you and talk to you about anything in which is prevalent in your life right now. And remember, you are all you need to be to set yourself free. If something deep inside of you resonated with today's topic, drop a question or comment below. It would be my honor to chat with you. Remember to share this video with just one person you desire to set free, because all it takes is one video, one message, one experience to awaken our collective birthright of freedom and the self-realization that we are all one.